Welcome back to another One Mind Syndicate video. I am your host Gersh1, and today we're going to be reacting to the latest video that came out from Games Workshop on their YouTube page. It's just titled, "You Won't Believe What's Coming," and based on the title of this video, you know what is coming, the squats. It's been all over Twitter and then all over Instagram, so let's just watch it together and then we can talk about the lore afterwards. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are Warhammer 40K fans and want to learn more about the lore. So let's get straight into it.
All right, we're back. Did we miss anything important?
And that's the video. As awesome as you probably feel right now, like, oh, the squats are coming back, this is coming out on April 1st, April Fool's Day, so more than likely this is just a joke. This is just like a haha from GW. However, I think they did the same thing last year with the Zotes. And then what ended up happening is that we still got a Zote model, we just didn't get like a full army or anything like that. So don't get disappointed or too disappointed if you think that this is just an April Fool's joke. We might get some models for squats somewhere in one of their box games, or maybe for 40K, or maybe this is like some type of like actual reveal and it's not just an April Fool's joke. But yeah, like the squats have been around in the lore for a while. They used to be a playable faction within Warhammer 40K, the early Rogue Trader era. They're just basically space dwarves, and unfortunately they were taken away, probably because they just weren't as exciting or weren't as popular. And now they're making a comeback. First they made a comeback during, I think it was not Blackstone Fortress, because those were ratlings. I think it was Necromunda. So they came back on Necromunda. We actually got a model of a squat. So maybe this will be an introduction to more squat lore, more squat models. Is it going to be a full-on army or a full-on like like army list or a new faction within 40K? Probably not. That's probably the April Fool's portion of the entire thing. But as far as the squats themselves, they fit really well into the lore, and what this video did really well was kind of give hints as to why they arrived at this basically battle barge that was destroyed, or the ship that was destroyed. It seemed like it was a ship that was taken or destroyed by something, and it was more than likely a gene stealer cult, or a Tyranid invasion, like a passing Tyranid hive fleet or a tendril or something like that. And the reason I say that is because if you notice in that one clip where there is probably just some types of voidsman floating in the air, you see a Hormagaunt. I think it's a Hormagaunt, or is it a Termagaunt? But you see the talon, the scything talon of something floating in the air. Now that could be to one of the lesser bioforms of the Tyranids, basically one of the lesser creatures. Or it could be maybe the hand of a gene stealer. Like, gene stealers still have scything talons on top of having their claws. So that could be it. It could have, if it was a passing hive fleet that destroyed the ship, then that's where that comes from. But if it was a gene stealer cult or a gene stealer brood that made a nest within that ship and then came out and destroyed everything, it would make sense why there's just a floating talon. So but basically the main enemy that destroyed this is the Tyranids. Why is that important? Because the lore behind the squats is that the squat homeworld, the reason they were wiped out of the faction, or as a playable faction in the lore, is that the Tyranids invaded their homeworld, their area or their empire, and basically destroyed everything, and the only thing that was left was they completely destroyed their empire, and now the only thing that are left are like scattered colonies of squats. So it's cool that you see a Tyranid as the main bad guy with this video for the squats, because the squats, their mortal enemies, are the ones that destroyed their empire, which are the Tyranids. And then for all those that don't know, squats are abhumans. So on top of them just being space dwarves, they are considered abhumans. They were an offshoot to the human genome, and then they became their own empire. When the Great Crusade came around, they folded them into the empire, but obviously that empire was destroyed by the Tyranids. So that's pretty cool. The one thing that doesn't really make sense and kind of leads me to believe that this was some type of Tyranid or gene stealer attack is that the captain, the main person that's manning the ship, he has a sword through his stomach. That's how he died. So instead of having gashes across his face from rending claws or something like that, no, it's just a backstabbing type of thing. So it could have been a gene stealer cult that manifested into voidsmen. So then you had gene stealer hybrids within the organization of the ship, and then that is what backstabbed or betrayed the captain, causing that. And the squat is there to save the day. Now, as far as the squat, it's really cool because he has a plasma gun, or it looks like a plasma gun. Squats are notorious for being engineers, so kind of like folding over to the Adeptus Mechanicus, or kind of like going over the specialties of the Adeptus Mechanicus. They are also builders and engineers, and they specialize in certain types of technologies like plasma weaponry, so it's cool to see him with a gun. He has a cool look. He looks very astronaut-y. He has like a mohawk, it seems, and he's smoking a pipe, or he's smoking a cigar, I should say. So that's all really cool, and the look of the squat looks amazing. It reminds me of the dwarfs from Age of Sigmar. I think they're like aeronauts or something like that. Like, they're the ones that have the giant floating balloon ships. So that was really cool. Now, the thing I didn't like about this whole thing, another cool thing, let me just keep talking about the awesome parts, is how it kind of demonstrates how massive a ship is. You get a scan of all the cannons, but if you pay attention, like the cathedrals, which to us would be massive cathedrals like Notre Dame or something like that, to them, the cathedrals are tiny compared to these giant cannons that are supposed to be capable of destroying enemy ships and stuff like that. So I thought that was really cool. But the thing I didn't like, obviously, is that it just seems like this is not going to be true. If anything, the squat is there for fact-finding. They're just trying to figure out, maybe chasing some type of tendril or a specific hive fleet. Maybe this is going to be, the squats are going to be like special gene stealer hunters, and it would make sense because there's a gene stealer codex coming out in the near future. So it'd be cool if we just get a small little unit that can be kind of like an addition to an Imperial Guard army or a Tempestus Scion army or something like that. A full-fledged faction, I don't think, but hopefully it happens in the future. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction video. If you guys have any questions, please comment down in the comment section below. I have a 40 facts video on abhumans that I'll link up above. I have a 40 facts video on squats, so if you want to learn more about squats, I'll link that up above too. And then we just have an archive of a bunch of lore for Warhammer 40K, so please check all of that stuff out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel. Support us on Patreon if you can. It's just a simple $1 a month, and we'll continue to create videos for you guys. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you tomorrow. This is Gersh1 with One Mind Syndicate, signing out.
Always used to put my freedom first in any situation.